Hi friends, thanks for joining me. My name is Rick Rinshed. Thank you for listening to my speech about why you should become a rock climber, or at least try it out. Thank you also to my two cousins joining me from Milwaukee, and my dog Cadre there in the chair, who are here to hear a little bit about why they should become rock climbers as well. Let's start with the beauty of how rock climbing is a year-round sport and how you can climb all year round in the winter, in a rock climbing gym, in the summer, spring, and maybe even the fall, depending on your location, outside. I am from Central Florida, but I climb in Western North Carolina, where lately it has been in the 20s, 30s, 40s, kind of dipping down, maybe even 50s. I do a lot of my climbing in the rock gym, and I encourage you to go make some friends there and go try it out. Rock climbing is a sport in which no one really looks at anyone and says, I'm better than him. And instead, they say, I can help him or her get better, or I remember when I was that level, or I hope to be that level. And encourage each other and help each other and say, hey, try it like this. Hey, here's some chalk. Hey, try it like that. So, when we were growing up, baseball was a summer sport and hockey was a winter sport. You can climb all year round. I'm traveling to Turkey later this year to Antalya to go try some routes in the spring, in the borderline summer. Those will be outside on bolted routes. I'm going to have my life in my rock climbing harnesses hands. This is something that you have to wear if you're going to be climbing on a rope. It's very easy to put on. It is very easy to put your life in your harness's hands. This is what keeps you alive. This is what keeps your friend alive. Typically, when you're climbing on a rope, you will use a braking device or a belay device. Unless you are climbing on your own with no harness, such as if you're over some deep water or not going very high. It's called bouldering. There are different disciplines, high climbing, low climbing, and that will depend on your comfort level on the rock or in the gym, but that will also determine whether or not you need a harness. When you start climbing low, it's very encouraging to say, I want to go higher. I want to learn more about myself. I want to learn more about this mountain. I want to connect with nature. And the higher you go, the more you will need a harness, but the more you will learn and the more you will see beauty and the more horizon you will see out there and the more birds you will hear chirping and the less earth noise you will hear. So, yes, there are disciplines all over the world for water climbing, bouldering, shallow climbing, high climbing. If you become a climber, you can try any of them. You can try all of them. You'll make friends wherever you go. It won't just be, hey, can I have a turn at the batting cage? Hey, can I have a turn at using those skates? Or, hey, I broke my stick. I have to go home. I don't have any hockey sticks anymore. It will be a discipline in which you learn a lot about yourself and a lot about the world and other people and make lifelong connections. Something you might learn about yourself is your fear zone. So we talk in rock climbing about a bullseye and how your comfort zone is the bullseye and your learning zone is the medium or yellow zone in the bullseye, and your fright zone or your panic zone is the outer rim. And as you climb higher and higher, and as you try more and more routes, you go from your comfort zone into your learning zone and expand your grips or your holds, and you callus your hands, and you say to yourself, oh wow, I didn't know I could climb that 5'9". Next time I'll try a 5'10". And on the very outer rim, when you panic and when you get short of breath and you think, I shouldn't be up here, that's your panic zone. And we try in rock climbing to shrink your panic zone and expand your learning zone and to not rely so much on your learning zone. So as you're climbing throughout your life and working through injuries and trying new routes and making new friends, you'll expand what you can ask yourself and what you can say, yes, I can. And you can translate that over into your personal professional life and say, hey, I've been this far before. I have felt this fear before on a mountain or on a rock or in the gym or on a boulder. And yes, I fell, but I learned something. And I determined that my threshold for fear or for pain might be a little bit higher than I thought. One of the best things I've already mentioned is the lifelong friendships you'll make in the rock climbing gym or out on the crag, which is the rock outside. I've made so many friends here in Carolina climbing in the gym, and we have made climbing dates once it warms up a little bit to go out to Rumbling Bald or go out to the mountain and trust each other with this device. If my friend Zach is at the bottom of the mountain watching me on this rope, I'm trusting him to look at me and not his phone. And when it's his turn, he trusts me to look at him and not my phone, or whatever birds or wildlife might be crawling by. Afterward, just like in skiing, après, you go and have a drink, or you have a burger and say to your friend, man, that was a great climb. And what you're thinking to yourself is, that was a great friend. Because the higher you get, the more panic will set in, and the more tendency you'll have to go to your outer rim on your comfort and panic zone. And you can always say to yourself, I know I have a trustworthy friend down at the bottom. And then you can look out and see the view and discover something amazing about the world and about yourself. So, friends, I encourage you, no matter what your athletic background is, baseball, soccer, hockey. I grew up playing some roller hockey. Whatever sport, there's always room for some new core strength, some new arm strength, some new music to listen to, some more knots to learn. It's an all-around great sport. It is frightful sometimes, and fright sometimes can be good for us. We can learn something from being scared. We can learn something from seeing a beautiful sight, and you can develop both and learn from both out on the crag. Go climb.